What's up, guys? It's Team Trust Herald again, and I'm gonna show you guys some virtual world deck combos. Yeah, I'm not gonna really show you actually like combos, but I'm gonna do some test hands, and I'm gonna show you guys some things you can do with the deck, and so you can get like a real look at what it pretty much does. So I'm live basically on Duelbook right now, and you guys can see what this deck does. And sorry about the poor quality with my mic. It's just what it is. But if you're here to learn, that doesn't really, matter too much. Alright, so this is a pretty good hand. If you're going second it against like a back row deck, you can just hose it, then you get a draw. Oh wow, this would be a pretty decent hand. But let's just say you're going first. So if I was going first with this deck, you pretty much have the full combo plus some. So yeah, and starting off with the Coolon, yeah, you've definitely got some options here. So what I would do is I would pay the Qualoon if I was going first. Play the Qualoon, I would get the trap. I'll use Lulu's effect, summon itself, dump a spell, and we would add Lalo. Then we would use GG. Normally I actually really put it here, but we use GG, target our Lulu, we'll send a trap. Then we would use Lily, target a monster again, send our Janwu, and send a backup spell. See, now this all really worked out though because we have a card to set. If not, we would have had to change up pretty much what Lulu search, and which probably wouldn't have been. Maybe we could have used a trap, but we probably would have had to search out like a Quinlong or another Coolon. But because we got this extra card to set, it all worked out actually. So, and we can use Lao as our discard. But this is where also having Pot of Desires is just crazy, because if this was Pot of Desires, we could have actually set this. You'll see what I mean. So we'll use Chuche to turn Lulu to 6, and then we'll go into Zolkin. So that's summon number 3. So now check it. If this was Pot of Desires right now, see, like, let's just put this back and let's just draw that Pot of Desires. Oh, I shuffled, I forgot. So let's just draw Pot of Desires. So now, if this is Pot of Desires right now, we could have actually set the Pot of Desires. We could have triggered our Zolkin, and then we could have summoned Zolkin. Then we could have activated Pot of Desires, which will get its effect. Banish 10, and draw 2. This would have been perfect. And then we got another Pot of Desires. This would have been perfect. So then we could have used the Janwu to summon back our Lulu. We would have discarded the Pot of Desires. Could have synchroed for 6. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And we would have went for our Muddy Mud. Mud Dragon's effect. Would have fused those two into our Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. So we set up with those, but now because we were able to search the Lao and we have this trap on the field, we actually could have went ahead, sent the Nian, and then we could have summoned back our Gigi. And then finally synchroing those off with this. And now let's say this Gigi, you can make it even better, just one line better, if our Pot of Desires drew us into Ash Blossom. Bam. So this is a test hand, but this is basically to say, like, show you some like crucial pivotal moments to why you want to play 3 Pot of Desires and not Pot of Prosperity. Because let's say with Pot of Prosperity, right, let's say you would have revealed Ash, you would have had to discard the Ash. You would have had to discard the Ash or the Lao. And if, let's say, you discard the Ash, then you would, if you would have discarded the ash, then you literally discard the ash, or you would have picked up the ash. Now you got to discard the Lao, and just so you can summon back your Gigi or your Lulu, or whatever piece you're missing, pretty much depending on how the combo comes out, to make your what's his name, Muddy Mud Dragon, to fuse with your Zolkin in order to make your Red Eyes. So basically, Power Desires, super good card, super good card in this deck, crazy good card, and gives you the extra cards you could potentially draw into something really good. So this is pretty much the main combo of the deck, because like, let's just play, if we played it out how it was supposed to be, basically we just wouldn't have had Shin Shin, and not only we wouldn't have had Shin Shin, and we wouldn't have had this Ash, which this is still decent. This field right here is still decent. Then we would have got the in-phase GG, and this would have gave us back our Lulu, which would have gave us a card for our Red Eyes Darkness Dragoon. So this would have been the board. This would have been the board, which isn't that bad. This is not that bad. And we get a draw for turn, which is Nibiru, which can be easily dumped off of a Quinlong to turn into another Lao or something, whatever you want. But so this is that board. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a combo. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you guys a combo. I said I wasn't gonna show you any combos, but I'm gonna show you guys a combo, and this is basically how to get any hand trap that you want, or pretty much any monster that you want from your deck into your hand with Virtual Worlds. So start off the combo. We're gonna play the Virtual World City Kowloon, and it's gonna go ahead and get our Chuche on the field, and then we're gonna use Lulu's effect on Chuche, and we'll be able to send, and then we're gonna go ahead and add a 2/2. Then we're gonna go ahead and banish our Quinlong, and it's gonna add us a Lao Lao, and we're going to send this to the graveyard. Now we'll go ahead and normal summon our 2/2. Then we'll banish our Chuche to make our Lulu level 6. So now we'll stack our 2 level 6 monsters for Beatrice. And there we're going to get Beatrice's effect to tap one of our disease materials in order to send our Ash Blossom from the deck to the graveyard. Now we can activate our Lao Lao, who will target our trap and send a spell. And revive back 2/2. We can stack those two for our 7. And then detach one from M7, and we can add back our Ash Blossom. So this is a simple 3-card combo. A lot of your combos revolve around having Lulu and Kowloon. So this is if you just simply have a Chuche in your hand, which is why having 3 is so valuable. If you can have a Chuche in your hand, you'll be able to use this graveyard effect by putting it in the graveyard, and then you'll also be able to use this on field effect because you got one from the deck, and now you're not just out of them. Also, you still can resolve, like, more of your Virtual World monsters effects, because you're not out of Chuches. You're not just like almost out of trap cards. Basically, you still have 2 more left in the deck, which is actually important because only having 3 in total makes it kind of difficult to play sometimes. So this is just a nice, short, easy to remember way into getting any hand trap that you need from the game, depending on your situation. And Ash is always a good one to have if you build your deck differently, you know what I mean, and have other hand traps or powerful monsters that you just want to get out onto the field. This is the way to do it. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the combo, test hand tutorial. It's kind of a long video, and yeah, so Team Trust signing out. Alright, so bonus round. I said I was only gonna show you guys no combos, honestly, and some test hands, but I'm gonna show you guys a second combo. Alright, so This combo is basically all you need is two virtual war monsters, and the other two cards are just there to discard. So yeah, so I have a hand of 5. If you see two discardable cards and Gigi, Lily, or this can be interchanged like crazy, but basically if you got two cards to discard, more than like two virtual war monsters, one that you can normal summon, you could practically pull this combo off, but these two specifically help it a lot. But yeah, but as you start playing the deck, you'll be able to see how versatile this combo is. But this is the bread and butter, kind of like how I used 2-2 in the last one. So we're gonna start off by just normal summoning Gigi. Then we're gonna go ahead and reveal Kirin, and the two discard cards also is why Potter Desires is so strong in this deck. But we're gonna go for Kirin. It's gonna send 2. It's gonna go ahead and send your Chooch, and it's gonna go ahead and send Quinlong. Next, from Quinlong, discard our discard card, and we're gonna go for Lulu. And just so you know, you discard second, but I always discard first, just because it's just helps me realize what my hand actually is. So next, we're gonna target a monster, Lulu. Then we're gonna go ahead and send our Jan Wu, and then we're gonna go ahead and add Qualu. Next, we're gonna go ahead and banish Chuche to make our Lulu a level 6, and then we'll go ahead and Synchro him for Ultimate Zoki for summon number 4. So if you remember the first part, the very first test hand I showed you, I'm basically doing that exact same combo, but this is like the actual 2 monsters, 2 discard combo. This is the combo to get that same board. Last time I got the GG in the end phase, and I had a Chuche and stuff on the field. Still gonna get that. Still gonna get some of that stuff. You're not gonna get the end phase GG, but it just shows you how easy it is to manipulate almost any hand into that same board. But okay, so next we're going to go ahead and set Zulkin effect. Yeah, Crystal. Now we can go ahead. We can banish Jan Wu. We can discard our card. And we can go ahead and special summon Lulu. Synchro for the Muddy Mud. Now we can fuse those two with Muddy Mud's effect. We can go for the Red Eye Star Dragoon. Then we can Qualoon and get us all alive Dragoon. So now in a normal hand, you would just have one more card. You would just have one more card, which would make this totally live. And so that's that. I wouldn't really try this combo if you only had exactly 4 cards, because now you're gonna have to plan out. I mean, unless you see it happening, but I wouldn't try this really with just the bare minimum amount of cards, because you'll be short a card, or unless you can figure a way to get the GG on the field, which usually is having Qualoon first and another card that you can set. You know what I mean? So yep, that's another short little combo. Easy how to get into your Crystal Wing and your Dragoon while having Chuche on the field with the card to negate and manage something. So yep, so now that is actually gonna wrap up the video. No more bonus rounds. This is the bonus, and yeah, I hope this helps somebody and helps some people learn how to play the deck. And thanks for watching. Team Trust outro.